Monday, December the 8th, 2025. Welcome everybody back to the Battle Club Guys podcast. I'm your host, the Battle Club Guy. This is my first video back on my channel in about 2 months. It's that time of the year, man. It's the holidays. I work retail, I stay busy. So I I wanted to do a video. I just didn't know what video should I do next. We had war games. Um War games was okay. It served its purpose. I didn't think it was the best war games that we've had. So I didn't really do a video reviewing that. But I wanted to come back this week for this video because in 5 days, John Cena will wrestle his final match in WWE against Gunther, and myself and my best friend, that CM Punk guy, Henry, we will be live in attendance at Washington, D.C.'s Capital One Arena to see John Cena's final match in WWE. So, today's video, I'm going to tell you why I believe John Cena wins his final match in WWE. But first off, if this is your first time joining me, I'm going to say thank you for joining me. Like the shirt says, I am the Battle Club Guy. This is the Battle Club Guys podcast. As always, follow me on Twitter at the Battle Club Guy. Check out their Instagram, the Battle Club Guy. Like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, the Battle Club Guys podcast on YouTube, because, like I said, I will be in Washington, D.C. this weekend, Saturday night's main event. So I'm going to be posting tons of pictures, live videos, all that good stuff for you guys on all the socials. So let's get into this. Why John Cena wins his final match. This Saturday night's main event, John Cena versus Gunther in the main event of Saturday night's main event. Let's talk about Gunther, right? Gunther's story. Gunther is 38 years old. Gunther is the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion in the WWE. Gunther had a title reign of 666 days as Intercontinental Champion. Gunther is a two-time World Heavyweight Champion. Gunther is also the man who retired Bill Goldberg in Goldberg's final match. So, let's say Gunther defeats John Cena in John Cena's final match. What's next for Gunther if he retires John Cena? Does Gunther go after the World Heavyweight title again? Does Gunther go after the Undisputed title? I don't think so. I think it's Punk and Braun, or Braun and Rollins, or Rollins and Punk for that world title at WrestleMania, if we're going by storylines. Braun Breaker versus CM Punk is announced for the first Raw of 2026, where Braun Breaker could most likely win the world title from Punk. Or we could have some shenanigans, because reports are coming out that Braun Breaker is the favorite to win the 2026 Royal Rumble. So if that's the case, I don't see Gunther involved in the World Heavyweight title picture. I think it's going to be either Braun winning the world title from Punk at Raw, first Raw of 2026, and then maybe Punk wins the Rumble, or vice versa. You could have Punk win, and Braun wins the Rumble, and that's how we get to Braun versus Punk at WrestleMania. If we're crowning Braun Breaker as your next World Heavyweight Champion, which it seems like they're doing, Braun pinned Punk at War Games. So I don't think Gunther's involved in the World Heavyweight title picture. Does Gunther go after, the Undisputed Championship that Cody Rhodes is holding? I don't think so. I think Cody versus Roman is the play for Mania, because the end of War Games, Roman helped Punk up, but Cody pushed away Roman's hand, and Roman said, just so you know, Cody, this is the last time we ever team together. So I don't see Gunther versus Cody or Gunther versus Roman at WrestleMania. I think it's Gunther and Brock at WrestleMania. I think that is Gunther's WrestleMania match. If I have the pen and I'm in that creative room with Triple H and everyone, I'm going to say, you want to book Gunther in a good match at WrestleMania? It's Gunther versus Brock, because Brock can be your heel, Gunther can be your babyface. Now let's talk about John Cena. John Cena has been in the WWE for, I think, 23 years, almost 23 plus years. John Cena is a 17-time WWE champion. John Cena holds the record for most WWE title wins. He finally won that Intercontinental Championship. He's a 5-time U.S. champion. He's a 4-time tag team champion. Let's talk about John Cena's retirement tour here, right? I was at the Royal Rumble when John Cena came back. It was John Cena's last Royal Rumble match. John Cena was one of the final 2 men in that Royal Rumble. John Cena would get eliminated by one Jey Uso. John Cena lost his final Royal Rumble match. Let's fast forward to the Elimination Chamber. The heel turns Cena around the world. John Cena wins the Elimination Chamber match. Cody Rhodes comes out. Rock comes out. Rock wants Cody's soul. Cody says, "Hey, Rock, go F yourself." John Cena's still in the ring. John Cena hugs Cody Rhodes. The Rock looks at John Cena. He does the cutthroat. Cena goes from a smile to a menacing frown, kicks Cody Rhodes downstairs. John Cena finally turns heel in his retirement tour. John Cena sells his soul to The Rock. We get to WrestleMania 41. John Cena's last WrestleMania match. I was in attendance. John Cena comes out, no bright lights, Tron, just a black screen says John Cena. John Cena wins the Never Seen 17 from Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, and John Cena's last WrestleMania, as heel John Cena, thanks to a Travis Scott distraction. No Rock showing up. Travis Scott helps John Cena win and become the Never Seen 17. We get Backlash. St. Louis, Missouri. Randy Orton's hometown. So one final time, the Viper Randy Orton versus the GOAT John Cena. Great match. John Cena defeats Randy Orton. Let's go to Saturday night's main event. R-Truth, Ron Cena versus his childhood hero, John Cena. He said he wants to beat John Cena and bring back the real John Cena. It was an okay match. I love the R-Truth and the John Cena get up, the Ron Cena shirt. I thought it was great. John Cena defeats R-Truth, this heel, mean John Cena defeats someone that idolizes him. Let's go to SummerSlam. I was at SummerSlam. Thought it was a great weekend. The SmackDown before SummerSlam, John Cena turns back babyface. Says, "I turned heel because people like The Rock told me to, and then they left me. And Travis Scott, they all left me. Everyone that told me to turn heel abandoned me." So John Cena turns back babyface, and we got babyface John Cena versus babyface Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes defeats John Cena in John Cena's final SummerSlam to regain his undisputed championship. Next up, we had Clash in Paris. John Cena defeated Logan Paul. I think Logan Paul's great at this wrestling thing. I think it is. That was a good match. John Cena defeated Logan Paul, as he should. Crown Jewel. John Cena, AJ Styles, one last time. I thought John Cena versus AJ Styles was the match of the retirement tour. I thought it was match of the year contender, in my opinion. I thought John Cena and AJ Styles tore the house down. John Cena hit every move in the book. Spears, freaking 619s, Undertaker Tombstone. That was great. Great match. Then we get to WrestlePalooza. WWE's on ESPN now, so we got to have a brand new pay-per-view, WrestlePalooza, where they were charging, I think, upwards $5,000 for a ringside ticket, $700 for a low ticket. John Cena versus Brock Lesnar opens the show one last time. John Cena, Brock Lesnar. John Cena, Brock Lesnar, they have great matches in the past. Brock Lesnar is one of John Cena's most vicious foes. I mean, if we're talking in kayfabe and not even in kayfabe, in real life, Brock Lesnar's a monster. Brock Lesnar squashes, destroys John Cena like 10 F5s in an 8-minute match. They pan to the crowd. The kids are crying. People are upset. He sent the crowd home sad. And at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you why you send the crowd home happy this Saturday in DC. But after WrestlePalooza, we get the Raw in Boston, John Cena's hometown, November 10th. They've made it John Cena Day in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts from November 10th this year, every year going forward. November 10th, John Cena Day in Massachusetts. John Cena defeats Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship in his hometown of Boston, Massachusetts. Well, he's from West Newbury, but you get what I'm saying. John Cena finally wins the one title that's eluded him his whole career, the Intercontinental Championship. Grand Slam Cena. We get the final Raw of John Cena's retirement tour. Madison Square Garden, New York City. I was supposed to go, me and Henry, we went to the city. But man, those ticket prices, man. Woo! That's okay. That's all right. It happens. Can't win them all. John Cena wrestles his final match on his final Monday Night Raw 6-man tag team match. John Cena, Sheamus, Rey Mysterio defeated Dominic Mysterio, Finn Balor, JD McDonough of the Judgment Day. John Cena wins his final Monday Night Raw match. Then we get to Survivor Series in San Diego, California. Hometown crowd for Dom Mysterio. It's John Cena, Dom Mysterio, round 2 for that Intercontinental Championship. John Cena loses the Intercontinental Championship. I think he had it for 19 days, 20 days. Loses that Intercontinental Championship back to Dom Mysterio with help of the entire Judgment Day. Finn and JD tried to attack Cena. Cena hit a double AA. Dom fakes an injury on the outside of the ring. Ref's distracted. Here comes Raquel. Raquel hits Cena with a Tejana bomb. Here comes Roxanne. Roxanne does a "you can't see me." Hits a pop rocks on John Cena. John Cena's still fighting, man. Another ref bump. Monday Night Morgan. Liv Morgan returns. She fake slaps Dom. She jumps in John Cena's arms, hugs him. Then she John Cena'd John Cena. She hit a Uno reverse on John Cena. She hugged him, smiled, crazy face, kicks John Cena downstairs. 619, Liv hits Cena with the belt. New Intercontinental Champion, Dom Mysterio. John Cena loses his last premium live event match, his last PLE match in WWE. And I don't think the crowd was too happy. I think it was a mixed crowd because they were in San Diego and Dom is one of the greats. I can't take anything from Dirty Dom. He is one of the greats right now. But John Cena loses his last PLE match in WWE. Now, that brings us to this week. In 5 days, this Saturday, December the 13th, 2025, John Cena wrestles his final match. At least that's what he's telling everyone. He's telling everybody after December 13th, you can't see him. So if this is John Cena's final match, this Saturday, December 13th, against one Gunther. Gunther defeated LA Knight to earn the spot to face John Cena. Gunther said, "Hey John, did you see that? I told you, pay attention. At Saturday night's main event, my friend, finally, you will give up. You'll tap out. You'll give up for good." John Cena has only tapped out 4 times in his career in WWE. So, will Cena tap out to Gunther? I don't think so. Gunther defeating Cena in Cena's last match, in my opinion, does nothing for Gunther. Nothing. And here's why. If this was Gunther's first, pay-per-view match or PLE match or special, if this was Gunther's first main roster match in WWE, right? Say we kept Gunther in NXT and then we'll bring them up to face John Cena, then sure, I would say Gunther should walk the floor with Cena. Gunther should destroy John Cena. Okay? But passing the torch to Gunther is pointless, in my opinion. Okay? It leaves the crowd in attendance and the fans watching feeling sad, disappointed. Kids will be crying. Henry will be crying. Gunther winning does more harm for the WWE right now than good. John Cena winning his last match in WWE does more good than harm. And this is why. This is John Cena's final match in WWE. Okay. And I believe John Cena when he says that. I believe he's done wrestling after this Saturday. Maybe you bring him in to. I think you bring him in to do like a host gig or something. I think this is his last match, and then with all the rumors out there and the reports, Cena headlines the Hall of Fame in Vegas. I think that'll be great. I'll be there if Cena's the headliner for the Hall of Fame next year. So this is John Cena's last match, right? So Cena just lost to Dominic Mysterio on his last PLE in WWE. Okay. So, do you really have Cena lose back-to-back matches? Do you really have John Cena lose his last two matches in WWE? I don't think so. It's in Washington, D.C., the nation's capital. John Cena is red, white, and blue. He's the babyface. He's Mr. Never Give Up. John Cena's given nearly 23 years of his life to WWE. Okay? So John Cena deserves to win his final match in WWE. Okay? So I believe John Cena defeats Gunther this Saturday. I think it's going to be a good match. I think it's going to be a hard-fought match. I think Gunther's going to take it to John Cena to the end. But in the end, I believe John Cena wins the match. I think at the end of the match, you can have Cena shake Gunther's hand. Gunther shakes Cena's hand. You can have Cena raise Gunther's arm, bring out the whole locker room, send John Cena off. Send John Cena off in a fairy tale ending, because it's okay to have fairy tale endings in WWE. They don't do it often, right? WrestleMania 39, heartbreaking. Cody couldn't finish the story. WrestleMania 40, Cody Rhodes defeats Roman Reigns, finishes the story. I was crying tears of happiness. I was there. Everyone was crying tears of happiness. Okay, because there's tears of sadness and then there's tears of happiness. Saturday, we need tears of happiness in WWE. Okay, because to me, having John Cena beat Gunther this Saturday in his last match, that shows that John Cena is truly the greatest of all time in WWE. Like I said, sends the crowd home happy, and Gunther already wins by being John Cena's last opponent ever in WWE. That Gunther's won because Triple H and everyone in charge of WWE is saying, Gunther, you're our guy. We believe that you deserve to be John Cena's final opponent ever. It could have been Edge. It could have been Rock. It could have been Stone Cold. Hell, it could have been Undertaker. It could have been anyone. And they said, no, we want Gunther. So Gunther's already a made man. I don't want to hear people in the comments or DMing me on Twitter saying, well, Gunther needs it. Pass the torch. Pass the torch. My guy, Gunther's had the torch. Two-time World Heavyweight Champion. Longest reigning Intercontinental Champion. Okay? Gunther isn't going to be wrestling for the World Heavyweight title, the Undisputed title, WrestleMania. I hate to tell you, he's not. I think it's Gunther and Brock, and I will stick to that. So, I think you have John Cena win his last match, and then he goes out, greatest of all time. As far as Gunther, what's next for Gunther? I would have Gunther go after the World Heavyweight Championship, right? And then I would have Braun Breaker say, hey, man, I'm next. You got to get in line behind me. You can have Gunther. Maybe you have Gunther interfere in the World Heavyweight Championship match on January 5th. And then, he beats the crap out of Braun and Punk. Say, no, I want the title. You have Braun go on to the Rumble. You could have Braun win the Royal Rumble, right? You could have Braun in the Vision cost. Maybe you have Braun in the Vision cost Gunther the Rumble, right? Maybe Gunther attacks Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman makes a phone call Brock Lesnar. Boom, there you go. Gunther versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 41, and Braun versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight title. There you go. That books Gunther's match for WrestleMania. Cena leaves WWE by winning his final match and showing the WWE Universe to never give up. We have a comment here from my boy Action VJ. Let's show it on the stage. Action said, does Cena walk up the ramp with the title or leave it in the ring with his boots? Action. So Cena, he doesn't have the title. Cena lost the title. Cena lost the title back to Dom at Survivor Series War Games. So yeah, Cena doesn't have the IC title anymore. Dom has it. Now, if Cena had the IC title, I would say yeah, you have Cena win against Gunther, leaves the title in the ring with the boots. But they didn't go that way. Dom has the title again, which is fine. I love Dominic Mysterio. I am Team Judgment Day all day, and everybody knows that. But yeah, I don't see any reason for Gunther to win against John Cena. Like I said, if it's our first time seeing Gunther in WWE, sure, it's all good action. It happens, man. You forgot it happens. But yeah, I don't see. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't see any reason for Gunther to win. I don't, because like I said, if Gunther was in the world title picture or the undisputed title picture, I would say sure, but he's not. Okay, so you have Gunther what? Go after the world heavyweight title? Ben, they had done that. If anything, Gunther should go after Cody's title, the undisputed title. That's the main title. But Roman's involved with Cody. Hell, Cody's still involved with Drew. Okay, so we got to do another Drew versus Cody match, and then we have to get to the Roman and Cody match, Roman and Cody 3 finale, because WWE loves doing trilogies. Roman's 1-1, Cody's 1-1. We got to do the tiebreaker at WrestleMania. If you don't have The Rock, you don't have Cena, you don't have Austin, okay, you need a big match for WrestleMania 41. Both nights, 2 nights now. You need a big match. You need to sell tickets. You need to give reason. You need to give people a reason to spend thousands of dollars on tickets, and not just to WrestleMania. You got Hall of Fame. You got Raw. You got SmackDown. All that stuff, right? So if you don't have a Roman versus a Rock, Roman versus Cody, round 3, that's your match. And Braun versus Rollins for that World Heavyweight Championship, that'll probably be round 2, because I think there's going to be a smosh finish on January 5th. Either Gunther gets involved, or maybe the Masked Man gets involved. Maybe the Masked Man's actually Rollins. Maybe the Masked Man attacks Braun this time, and everyone's like, this guy just attacked Punk. Now he's attacked Braun. Who the hell is this guy? And then we get Braun versus Punk, round 2 at WrestleMania. The masked guy comes back again, and it reveals that it's Seth Rollins. But either way, the point of this whole video, I'm predicting today, December 8th, 2025, that in 5 days, this Saturday, at Saturday Night's Main Event, John Cena wins his final match in WWE. I want to say thank you guys for watching me. As always, I know I said it's been about 2 months since I did a video, so I just felt like this was the perfect time to do a video again for you guys, because the last time is now, like this shirt says, for John Cena's final match this Saturday, Washington, D.C., Saturday Night's Main Event, Capital One Arena, John Cena versus Gunther. And I will be in attendance. I can't wait. I leave this Friday. Me and Henry leave this Friday morning. We're going to be driving to Washington, D.C., spend the weekend there. I can't wait, man. You know, I've been watching wrestling. I'm 35. I've been watching wrestling for probably about since I was probably 6 or 7 years old, man. I've been watching wrestling. John Cena's been a big part of that. I was in attendance for John Cena versus The Rock, MetLife Stadium, WrestleMania 29, when John Cena defeated The Rock for the WWE title. I drove from New York to Chicago just to watch John Cena at a Monday Night Raw during a U.S. Open Challenge when John Cena fought Dolph Ziggler, because I always wanted to go to the Allstate Arena in Chicago, man. Chicago crowds they're lit, and I drove out there for that Monday Night Raw. I was in attendance Royal Rumble 2017, I believe. Yes, was in 2017. John Cena won number 16. I was in attendance for that. San Antonio, Texas, at the Alamo Dome. I was in attendance WrestleMania 41 when John Cena defeated Cody Rhodes to win number 17. So I was in attendance for number 16 and number 17. And I finally met John Cena uh, this year with my mom, Philadelphia Convention Center for Fan Expo. And John Cena's just a great man. He's a great human being, great person, and he deserves to win this, right? It's the greatest of all time. You know, we're entering that stage now, WWE, where a lot of our favorites won't be wrestling anymore. Okay, John Cena, this is his last one. A lot of these guys aren't that young. We got Cody Rhodes, my guy Finn Balor, Roman Reigns, CM Punk. All these guys are in the 40s, man. They're not spring chickens. So once you don't have John Cena anymore, you're going to see the effect of that. I'm not saying after this weekend people are going to stop buying wrestling tickets. I'm just saying you have to send the crowd home happy sometimes to show them that say, hey guys, you stuck with us through all the crappy times. Well, here's a happy time, okay? It's a happy time with John Cena winning. I've got another comment from my boy Action VJ. He said, how many grown men will cry Saturday night? Well, Action, I'm one of them. And I know my boy Henry that's going with me. Henry's going to be in tears, man, because Henry is the biggest John Cena fan I know. So Henry will be crying too. And that's okay. I cried when Cody Rhodes won the Undisputed Championship at WrestleMania 40. I cried when my boy Finn Balor won the World Tag Team titles in Pittsburgh when I was front row for that, the night he hugged me. So it's okay to cry. But see, like I said before, actually, there's tears of sadness and there's tears of happiness. So this Saturday, let's have some tears of happiness as we, celebrate the one and only John Cena. As always, folks, thank you for joining me, man. Thanks for all the support on here. Happy holidays to everyone out there watching. I know holidays can be a hectic, crazy time, especially for me. I work retail, so it's always a hectic, crazy time. But that's okay. That's why I have pro wrestling, and the gift of pro wrestling is great. And this Saturday, we are getting the gift of John Cena one final time, as it's John Cena versus Gunther this Saturday night's main event, John Cena's final match. And like I said, John Cena wins his final match, as it's the last time for the greatest of all time, John Cena. I will see everyone this Saturday, Washington, D.C., John Cena's final match. But until next time, I will see you in the next video. And as always, before I end this, I always do this. I forget because I always definitely follow the guys. Like I said, at the Battle Club Guy on Twitter, Instagram. Like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like I said, this Saturday, I will be in Washington, D.C., Capital One Arena to say farewell to the greatest of all time, John Cena. I will see you in Washington, D.C.